know if you remember this delivery I made. Well, I'm gonna go pick it up today. She's had this for I think over 40 days. They had some construction going on at their house, so we had it hooked up. It's a nice area, real private, kind of on their own land. So I felt pretty good about leaving it there long term, and they were just going to use it for the shower. Insurance money was going to pay for it, so that was a plus for them. But today, weather has been clearing up. It's just been consistently cold, so I'm heading over to pick it up. It looks like we're going to get some pretty decent, 35 to 40 degree weather. So here we go. Hope you enjoy. Ryegrass and Manastash Ridge, and it's about 26 degrees up there on those mountain passes, and they got a dense fog and a freezing fog warning, but the roads are just basically wet and bare, and so continue on. We have one more stretch, like 1.5 more stretch, and one pass to go through, but according to the weather, it should be kind of a high 35 to 38, and then coming back, bringing that RV back, we're going to be looking at 40s. So hopefully, by the time we hit that road with the RV attached, roads are just nice and bare and wet. So keep it tuned. So I got some clean roads, so I'm going to take a little bit of this time to talk about like what to expect when you're picking up some of your RV rentals. I know we've got set times for when we actually want to drop off, right? Sometimes it's typically anywhere from 10 to 1. Some people do in the afternoon, like 3. I like, to think of it as like if I was renting a camping spot, right? And I was going to go and get my trailer and camper and everything, my campsite set up. I kind of wanted there somewhat, when they open 10, 11 o'clock, somewhat early, so that, you can get it nice and set up right. So that's kind of how I think. And then, a lot of times, you're having to go through, most of the time you're going to campsites, which is good, right? Most of the time you're going to campsites where there's full hookups. All you got to do literally is just drive it and back it up into a paved, area, which is really easy. And get it hooked up to water and electrical and stuff like that. But sometimes you'll be in the woods, sometimes you might be in a campsite where they don't have that. It's just a bumpy area, so you got to work on balancing it out, right? And making sure that your camper, when you set it up for them, is nice and level, so that they got a nice place to stay. It's not real wobbly or anything like that, or when you're sleeping, they don't feel like you're leaning one way or the other, right? And then a lot of times, when you're dropping off, like my wife was dropped off one with a friend of ours at literally like 10, 11 o'clock. They got done at like midnight, 1 o'clock, and it was at the doors just because it was crazy. It was crazy. A lot of people getting there late, stuff like that. And it was the only time that they could. And these guys were flying in, I want to say from San Diego, and they needed to meet up their crew, which was I think four of the people, so 2 more campers. They were all going to stay in our camper, and that's just the way it worked out. They all flew in around the same time, and they got to meet in there. anyway, you know, you'll deliver, you know, all sorts of different types of places. There's one spot, our very first delivery was down in Mardon area. It was at this little beachy, pretty nice area, but it was government owned, and tightest spot ever. You know, the camper, our camper 2021 is a 24 foot, and it literally barely fit in. I had to climb up my truck up on a hill a little bit, and then kind of back up at an angle just to get that thing in there square and nice for the renters and stuff like that. But yeah, you're always going to find yourself in situations you just never know where you're going. You know, we've delivered in some neighborhoods before, you know, a lot of campsites, and yeah, it's kind of fun. There's been other times where you know, we picked it up a little bit early. There's a couple who went to a concert and they decided to, I think it was a 4-day concert, and they decided to leave a little bit earlier than normal, which is fine by us. Me and my wife live about 20-30 minutes away from that gorge amphitheater there, and I had no problem doing that, so we ended up doing that, which is cool. You know, there's some times when we picked up and they decided just to kind of leave a little bit early because they had to get on the road or whatever, and they left it there, but it wasn't too long. You know, we always kind of coordinate that stuff, and it was fine. You know, a lot of times people that are camping, I don't know why, I'm kind of the same way too. Like when you're on day 4 or 5 and you're getting ready to leave your campsite, I kind of like to get up and out pretty early, right? First thing in the morning, we'll eat breakfast, and then just like, hey, let's get everybody up, let's get going, right? So some people are kind of the same way. So we'll have a pickup time at like 3 o'clock, you know, sometimes 1 o'clock, and it all depends on what time the campsite is closing. You know, it just makes it feel nice and easy for us. It gives us plenty of time to go to church and get our Sunday stuff done in the morning, and then afterwards, you know, like, some people head there to go pick their stuff up. There's been times where we've learned about beautiful campsites because either my wife has been there and dropped it off, and then I picked it up and we didn't know, and you know, you get some time to kind of cruise around and take a look at, you know, what is really out there, how nice that area is, which is pretty cool. It's part of the adventure. I really do enjoy taking these campers to people and getting to know them. I love people, so I have no problem with, you know, chit-chatting with them a little bit, getting to know them. You know, I really do enjoy it. My wife will tell you that, you know, that I'm kind of like the people. Well, we're both kind of people persons anyway, you know what I mean? I like people more than she does, I think. But we have a good time with it. The other thing that we like to do is, you know, as we're walking people through, you know, how to use our camper, how to, you know, check on the black tanks, gray tanks, stuff like that. We're walking through our camper, right, the control panel. We like to just chit chat with them a little bit and get to know them and figure out, you know, we like asking them questions like, why are they renting? You know what I mean? Why not buy? And a lot of times what we found out is, that a lot of them don't buy because they live on the west side, and over there they've got HOA and HOA fees and you know, regulatory things that just don't allow them to park the camper in their house and kind of stuff. So, you know, we learn a lot about that, and then we learn a lot about, you know, there's a lot of people that they're interested in potentially buying one, but they just want to see how it is, right? Which actually is what I like to do. I camped out in a tent with my kids to see if I'd like tenting, which I hate. I hate tenting, but I'm more of a glamper. You know, I've got to have my bed right, you know, because I've got a pretty bad back. You know, just got to make sure everything is working, like just stuff like that. So I'm kind of thinking, I don't think that's not normal, but you know, for the most part, I enjoy it. I really do. The other thing I was thinking about the other day was, like, you know, when you're camping, there's a lot of memories that you are able to create with your family and stuff like that. You know, I didn't have a ton of that growing up, but it got me thinking, like, this is something that I feel like America, or, you know, this country has kind of gone away from, being able to do stuff like that in adventure, because we're all always on tablets or social media and things like that. And, you know, it'd be nice. I like being a part, you know, when I really think about it, I like being a part of something that allows families to come together, And even if they can't own one, they can rent one for a few nights, have a good time with our camper, and just create memories. Wow, so just getting up to White Pass, and wow, look at all of these people. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. I think that while the pass was closed last week, there was a boulder that fell off over the road, so they had to figure that out. So that's one of the reasons why I wasn't able to get out here to get this camper picked up. But holy smokes, look at all of these people. White Pass is busy right now. Lots of skiers, snowboarders, people that love this place. They're probably used to, you know, coming up here every single year around this time. It just looks pleasant. All right, so just leaving White Pass here, heading down over the other side of the pass, White Pass. So we should be pretty good. It's currently 37 degrees. The sun is trying to poke out of these clouds. Take a look at that sun there, beautiful. And it should be a breeze. It's going to start warming up as I'm coming back here in the next hour or two. And yeah, hopefully safe travels. I did see another camper up here. So a guy looked like he was camping while they were skiing or snowshoeing or something like that. Saw a lot of people out and about, hiking, snowshoeing. Looks like a lot of fun right now. All right, just pulling up to the property here. Just pulled up and about to do a quick inspection. Back it up, hook it up, and get on the road.